Hello, welcome back to our alteryx tutorials. Today we will just explore little more about the joins in alteryx. So what I did is I have connected to two data source files. One is the customer details, which has the customer data in it, and another file which is customer with transactions. So if you see into the data, they have these columns. So if you see both the data sets, actually there are multiple columns which are in common, but we will see that there is a customer ID and the store number, and for this one there is a customer ID store number as well. So what we are going to do is we are performing a join. So join you can perform like in two ways. One is join by record position and join by specific fields. So in this case I'm going to do the join by specific field, and I'm going to use the composite key customer ID and store number, and I'm just going to run my flow. And once I run it, you can see that in the left join you can see all the unmatched records. In the right join there are nothing which is not matched, and in the inner join you will see all the matched records. So if we see number of records in the input file, first input file we have 2678, second we have 2669, and when we look at matched records, all the right table records are present into the left table. That's why we don't have anything left in the only right join. And then we have 9 unmatched records which are not there in the right table, but those are present in the left table only. Okay, so now if I want to carry not only the common records between the two, but I want to carry the records which are there in the customer CSV as well. So now I want these two output of these two left as well as the inner into my output. So that's why I have to use the union tool to take it as a left outer join. So I will take that join, and after that you will see that you have all the 2678 records populated, as well as you have the columns displayed here. So some of the columns are appearing which are there in the left join as well. So what we will just do in the select tool, what I did is I have unchecked all the right columns as well as whatever column was repeated, I should just uncheck those. So once we do that, in after the select we see that we do have the output which has, these are the common columns between the both the tables. So we have this like a combined table for both these tables, and this way you can do multiple combines as well within the alteryx. Couple more things I'm going to tell today is that about having the containers. So last time we just learned about adding the tool containers. So like I can just take this tool and then add my input to it. Then I don't need the browse anymore, so I'll remove that one part. Then I will take another tool container and I will just drag these steps for the data preparation part, and then I'll take another container which has the output in it. So in the containers I will just say that this is my input data or raw data you can say, and this is my data prep steps or data manipulation steps, and then this is my output data. Okay, so we have these three containers, and I was telling you the advantages of it. So I will add one more container. If suppose I have like multiple sections of my data preparation, like I'm preparing this data and this data is going somewhere else into the other part, then what I can do is I can just simply select all these and have these inside the one big container. So advantages I will tell you. Advantages of it is that once I have this part 1 of my workflow, I can have another container performing several steps here. So suppose I will repeat this same part Right now I'm not creating the new workflow, they are taking the new data, but you can do that as well. And then I say okay. So I'm just repeating the same thing just to show what is the usage of the containers. So I have the same workflow, but in general, when you are creating two different workflows, you can add this into containers. I just replicated the same with the time limit. So what we will do is now we have this one container and this other container. So advantages of having the containers, if you see, if suppose I don't want to write the output, you have the runtime as well, where you can disable your output write. Here disable all the tools that write the output. This is like simply disabling this. But if I want to disable the complete portion of some part of the workflow, suppose I just don't want to run some specific part, like so then I can disable this container here in the configuration window, and you can see that it will not run and it will show like this, and once I enabled it will show like this. So this is the first usage of it. If you have like a very big workflow which is manipulating data from multiple sheets or multiple data sources or multiple databases, you can have multiple workflows and you can disable while doing the debugging of it. Second advantage I'm going to tell is this is your enable events thing, and you have multiple containers here. So if we say before, when we go to the events, actually you have the add event where you can add the before run, after run. So it's moreover like you can sequence your containers, like first run this container and then run that container, that kind of. So always it helps to sequence as well. Also alteryx has an advantage that once you build one complete workflow and you want to do daily data refresh for every time you want to, everyday basis or weekly basis you want to extract your data, prepare your data, and output it in the specific format, which is like moreover like a customer or the client specific format. So you have the private gallery setup where you can save your workflows and schedule it on the basis of your client requirements. So these are the advantages having the containers, as well as in Alteryx you can do scheduling and sequencing as well. In the next tutorial, we will see little more about some part of the predictive analytics. You have all of these modeling table, like forest model is there, decision tree is there, Puster model, logistic regression. So we'll try to build one model, and then we will also try to explore little more about integration with Tableau as well as data robot that it has. I hope that it is there in the free version as well. So that's it for today, and as I always say, happy learning, stay safe, bye for now.